a huge part of creating an irresistible offer is to have a great name. And so I want to talk to you about why naming matters within your business and for your core offer. Well, the very first thing is you have to create an attractive name, right? We talked about marketing being something that attracts clients. So when you name your core offer, it's easy to get caught up into lingo and terminology that we use internally within our industry. Small group training, team training, personal training. Like I've heard of large group, small training. Like it's been all over the place. Like they'll conflict with each other. They say small group training. Well, that's kind of weird. Or personal group training. It's all kind of weird and muddled together. And that's not really attractive to your ideal clients. If you look at other aspects of our industry and just really, go with me here for a second. I'm not saying these are great programs, but Zumba, that's an attractive name, right? It makes people say, oh, what is that? They don't call it large group dance fitness. That's what most people in our industry, in the personal training industry, would do. And so a great example of this is one of our coaching clients, Mark Greenwood. He has something, his business is called the Ultimate Lab. And LAB is an acronym. It's L-A-B. And so that stands for something. It's not just that. But that's a catchy name for his business, right? Well, each one of his programs, each one of his core offers, he's got a couple that he promotes. They each have a name. It's BLAST. And so BLAST stands for something. It's an acronym as well. But that fits his core audience. So think about BLAST. And when you name your core offer, BLAST, he's using a fat loss audience. It's about building an ultimate wellness lifestyle and building that up. And so as he's doing that, he's tying this all into not naming something really generically. What that does is it opens up a conversation as well, like, oh, what is that? So if we go back to the previous example of Zumba, look at these other classes, the Les Mills type classes, cardio pump, things like that. They have really attractive names, right? You can say whatever you want about what they actually deliver, but it attracts the population that they want. They bring in and attract this market that fits them. Think about doing that same thing with your business and your core offer. Now, one really important part of this is when you create the name, it has to speak directly to your target audience, your ideal client. It has to be attractive to them. So think about being very specific to what results they want and the results that they can expect from your program. And so that's a really, really important thing to look at is, are you speaking directly to them? One other key important part of this whole naming strategy is that you need to keep it simple. Right? Make it easy to spell, easy to pronounce. It should clearly speak to your audience. It shouldn't be like this difficult thing to get through. And that's why acronyms work really well. Like I gave the example of Mark, like cardio pump. You know exactly what that is. Zumba, right? Nobody knows what that is, but it's easy to spell. It's easy to pronounce. Everybody can communicate that. And it makes people stand out. You don't have to go into too much of an explanation for that. So remember in your naming, keep it simple. And I have to reiterate that naming is incredibly important. Try to go away from the generic. Try to rename, rebrand yourself as a very specific core offer that attracts your ideal client, and your marketing will pick up quite a bit.